The objective of this racking job is to position parts on a rack. The equipment used includes a racking station, a table for the box of parts, rack carts. The tools used include a custom tool used to help position the parts on the rack. The tool is not used regularly. The materials used include a box of parts, a rack of parts weighing 40 to 70 pounds. The personal protective equipment included floor mats, safety glasses, cotton gloves, nitrile gloves. The work environment is an inside work environment with heat and no air conditioning. The workers observed were 5 feet 6 inches tall and 5 feet 10 inches tall. The work methods for the observed racking job include: get a part from the box, position the part on the rack in the clips on the rack, Some irregular tasks for the racking job include getting the box of parts and positioning the box on the table, positioning binder clips on box flaps, carrying the rack to the rack cart and positioning it on the rack cart, getting and carrying the empty rack to the racking station, positioning the empty rack on the racking station. There were several ergonomic risk factors observed for the racking position. Repeated and sustained exertions were rated as a medium pace. Hands were in steady motion to get and position the parts on the rack. Sustained exertions were observed and included continuous elevated arms while positioning parts on the rack, continuous standing. Forceful exertions were required to push and pull rack carts, lift, carry, and position empty racks and racks of parts. Lift, carry, and position boxes of parts. Position parts on the rack. A pinch grip is used to position parts. Awkward postures were observed and include elevated and extended arms, forearm pronation, and neck lateral bending to position parts on the rack. Elevated and extended arms to get parts from the box when it is not positioned on a height-adjustable table. Neck extension to position racks on the cart. Neck flexion to get parts from the box. The mechanical or localized contact stress observed was contact stress between the hands and the edges of the rack of parts and rack carts. The recommendations for the racking job include round and or pad the edges of the racks of parts and the rack. Round and or pad the edges of the racks of parts and the cart rack to decrease contact stress. Investigate the use of mobile lift assist devices for lifting and carrying the rack of parts to investigate the use of mobile lift assist devices for lifting and carrying the rack of parts to decrease forceful exertions. Investigate mechanical methods for opening clips on the racks to decrease forceful exertions. Utilize adjustable height tables for boxes of parts at all racking stations to decrease posture stress. Investigate fixtures for tilting the rack while loading to decrease posture stress.